So I just watched Mission Impossible 8 Final Reckoning, and it was good, but it has some big, big flaws. The main one being the editing. Okay, but I'm jumping ahead a little soon. So what is it about? Well, this movie follows up directly the last one, and it's like been a few months after the entity has made the world like panicking, it's martial law, everything, and is trying to end the world for some reason that's never explained, and it's Ethan's job to stop it before everybody dies in nuclear holocaust and World War III starts. So what is good about it, and what is the cons? What's the pros and what's the cons? The main pro is the action. This is still great. They did have to use some CGI, particularly during the submarine sequence, because how the hell you can do that for real? Even Tom Cruise couldn't do that. But the submarine sequence was just very tense, and I was like my seat on the edge of my seat the whole time. Like when you see him have to traverse these areas and like the ship shifting around, that was just is really holy breath stuff. Great stuff. And there's the final one on the planes is great. Nail biting is intense, and actually Tom Cruise is doing this one for real. Like he's hanging off planes and everything. It's a great action. It's a great action sequence, and that's something these movies have always delivered on. Great action. It's the one reliable thing in every Mission Impossible movie. But unfortunately, one thing that's not always reliable is the writing. It's not bad writing, but it's very, very flawed writing, because in order to get you all caught up, there has to be a lot of exposition. This plot is pretty thick. There's a lot of new elements added, a lot of things from other movies you have to keep track of, and that requires a lot, and I mean a lot of exposition. Like the first hour, I would say you could just a good estimate would be like nearly 30% of this movie, like 30 to 40% of this movie is exposition, because it needs to really catch you up and make sure you understand what's happening, and things are so complicated with the entity, Gabriel, and all the things they have to do. Like they have to get there's like 5 different MacGuffins in this whole story that they need to get in order to defeat the entity. So yeah, it is a very, very complicated story that takes a long time to get you all catched up. And that first hour in general, especially the editing, the first hour, like I was watching this, I thought to myself, oh no, this is gonna suck, because the editing was so bad. Like the first fight sequence, literally this guy just being punched and it cuts for no reason. Sometimes people are just talking and it cuts for no reason, like literally just cuts onto a different shot of their face. It's almost Bohemian Rhapsody levels of bad editing sometimes. Thankfully though, the editing does calm down in the second half and during the other action sequences. And the more frantic editing actually helps the story instead takes away from it. So it does improve substantially. That first hour is a bit of a slog. It's a bit rough. But if you do get through that first hour, you'll be rewarded with a great, intense, hard-hitting final act. And also about the final act though, it's like it really does a great job. Like it actually feels like the world's ending. Like before the other ones, there's many times like everybody's gonna die and everything but this one actually feels like it has the weight of all the death and the end of the world, especially with the scenes with the president. It's full of great actors, like the guy who played Bill in Mindhunter, Nick Offerman, Angela Bassett, all 3 great actors, and you see them all working off each other. It really builds the tension in the scene perfectly. But outside of that, I got not too much else to say. Definitely not the best Mission Impossible. That's still Fallout, but not the worst. Where did I put this? The worst is easily Mission Impossible 2. Best is easily Fallout. I put this somewhere between Rogue Nation and Ghost Protocol. I think it's a little bit better than Ghost Protocol. Not as good as Rogue Nation though. I think Rogue Nation deserves a little more credit than it gets, but that's not a big deal. Go check this movie out if you haven't seen it. Great movie. Yeah, it's getting 8 out of 10. I really want to give it a 9, but that first hour is kind of rough. But again, it was worth it in the end. Go check it out.